Wait, need to synchronize audio. That is gonna hurt my ears when I'm editing the video later. That was way too loud of a clap. What it is. Hope you guys have been well. If you guys had a good night. It's 8:50. I'm starting a little late today, but I've actually been up for the past 2-3 hours or so, pushing out and publishing yesterday's vlog, and there's a ton of other content going out today. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you guys see it. Hope you guys like. Hope you guys share and show some support and give me some feedback and some comments. Much appreciated, everyone. So I don't have much time. I have maybe about half an hour. So what I'll do is I'll quickly do my social updates, then spend half an hour just going hard and coding as much as I possibly can before I have to leave and get to work. So let's get to it. Actually, I don't have ashy lips. What the heck? Is this camera on? Oh, I've turned it on. Okay, so this has been training all night. It's played about, I would say, like 700,000 games overnight. And sorry, I have to think about that for a little bit. And it's training. So I have my deep Q training against itself. I got a little lazy last night, so I wasn't actually able to fully implement or finish up the two different neural networks going up against each other. So instead, what I did was I just implemented alpha, the learning rate, and I just out of curiosity just incorporated it back into my update or my QLearner update function. So we'll see how that goes. I'll pit it up against, what's that thing called again? I'll pit it up against naive AI right now, and we'll see what happens. Oh my god, it's getting its butt kicked by naive AI. What the hell? Supposedly finding the best actions to play, but this is embarrassing. Why the hell is this not working? I'm so confused. I wonder if it's just because I do have to create a secondary neural network for it, or but what? So I've just returned alpha back to 1 because I don't want it affecting. I'm just going to undo that change that I made, and then now I'll actually finally build out the second neural network so that I have 2 different neural networks going up against each other, and hopefully that changes things a little bit. But that does mean I do have to do a bit of restructuring to the code, is why I just gave up on it last night, went to bed instead. Oh wait, hold up. No, I think the reason why it sucked was because I set it to binary coding rather than dummy coding, which is what I was using before. So if I change it back to dummy coding, see what happens. Holy, it's even worse. Here's what I've decided to do. What I've decided to do is I've decided to, just because I haven't touched this in a while and I don't want to break anything, I'm just going to work in a new file. I'm just going to call it Deep Q Learning 2. I know version control, yada, whatever. Doesn't really matter to me right now. Oh, that reminds me, I need to change all of these names to Deep Q Learning 2. Okay. And so what I'll do is I will then create rather than it being a global function within this. Let me think about that for a second. Rather than it being a global function within the script itself, what I'm doing is, rather than it being a global variable within this function, within the script itself, what I'm doing is I'm just going to make it like a parameter or a variable of the actual object. So the deep Q object, or the deep Q AI object, that's going to have its own its own neural network that's within it, and instead of loading and unloading, instead of saving and then loading, I'm just going to make it persist. I'm just going to keep copies of that neural network as the global, in global variables. But when it's actually playing, it has local neural network that it goes off of, and that neural network essentially, it depends on, I'm going to have it dependent on whether it's player X or player O, and then I'm just going to update the rest of my code accordingly. So first thing I need to do, I think, is to create just a function that helps me copy neural networks, because there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. So there's layers, whether or not it has dropout, activation functions that go into it as well. Oh, my tongue? No. Activation functions that go into it as well. And yeah, so what I'll do is, so optimizer, update, learning rate, blah, 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 blah. So I just want to create a carbon copy of this neural network. So I'll just create that function first rather than having to do this monstrosity right here. And for a programmer, I type really, 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 really slow. I need to learn how to type faster. Okay, so now with that function done, now what I'm going to do is, so if you are player X, your neural network will just be a carbon copy of the original or of the first neural network. So the first neural network here. And if you're player 2, you're going to have a copy of neural network 2. Simple. Should probably close the window to make this a little quieter. There we go. Peace and quiet. Okay, so now that I have a way to, or now that I've actually created 2 different neural networks, this line up here, basically what it just says is that if there is no current neural network, i.e. the neural network does not exist, then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to create one for ourselves. So it's going to be a local or a neural network that's specific to this actual object. But if it does exist, so meaning that we have one of these, either this or this filled out. Where was my thing? Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're just going to create a neural network, and then we're just going to copy that original or copy that backup that we've made. Same thing if we're player O, but instead for player O, we're going to copy the second neural network. Okay, so then because every interval we have to update that neural network, just kind of keep it a little static and such so that the DQN isn't chasing a moving target. It's kind of the same thing. So if the target neural network does not already exist, then create new target neural networks for ourself. Otherwise, and so target self should, yeah. So otherwise, what you're going to do is you're going to create because it's essentially just a neural network, right? But one that isn't as involved as the first one. We're just looking for just the weights that we want. So we're just going to go ahead and create a new neural network object for player X and for player O. Copy the weights from. Hold up, no, I think I did that wrong. Because I don't want this to be updating unless there is. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, never mind. So I'm just going to be copying this. That's all there is to it. So again, just copy the original target neural network information, so the structure and the output indices that I built into my output indices, something I built into my neural network library. Yeah, so self target is equal to, and that should return a target neural network. Otherwise, this is equal to that. That is equal to that. That is equal to that. Otherwise, if you're player O, then what we're going to do is going to do the exact same thing, but instead you're going to look at the second target neural network. Okay. And so now what we're going to do is we're just going to say self.target and then is equal to, yeah, and that's that. And so what you're going to be doing is you're just going to be copying whatever self neural network we have. And that is, okay, that is that. Now what I do need to do is I just need to go over and just see where both neural network and target neural network, oh my God, are referenced in code. Oh man, there's like 200 of them. And I need to go to work soon. So actually no, there's only about 60. So let's quickly go through this and see if I can get this done before I got a jet. If not, neural network, no, I need that stay there. Copy neural network. Nope, need all you guys copying from the old neural network. Okay. Okay, all this stuff. Probably delete that. What's this? Okay, okay. And so these are the things, or this is what I want to change. So only, okay, all that other stuff, I don't care about them. Local NN input, I remember what that does, but it doesn't really affect me right now. And okay, so that's that. And then I have to see where I use target NN as well. Okay, and this is just my update Q functions. Okay, so now that that's done, the last thing I need to add, and then I'll have to get to work, so I'll test it out later today. Last thing I just need to add is the ability to, so once the game's actually over, just save whatever current neural network structure we have. Just save it in a global local file. It's really weird how Lua works, but it's like a global file for that current script that's running. So and that just allows me to keep it in memory rather than save, load, save, load, save, load after every game. So that's what I'll do. And save, load, like if you do that like a million times, or yeah, like 5 times a second, things can go wrong. So I'll just keep it in memory and just have the game reference it whenever it needs to. You know what? Never mind. Funnily enough, it's probably easiest if I just save. So what I'll do is I will just create a new variable and then file name. That will just be equal to. Okay, I have to run, but yeah, so essentially what I'm doing is I just scratched that idea. I will just load it to file and so save the neural networks to file and then just load them or read them back. The reason being is it's just much easier that way with the way that my code is currently structured. But I'll have to put a pin in this, come back, finish this up when I get back, and I hope when I get back I'll remember what I've done and why I did what I did. But if not, that's what this vlog is for, right? So I'll watch my own vlog and get up to speed with what I did. So I have to run. It's 9:45. So see you guys later today. My camera not stopping.
What it is, folk, you guys have been having a great day. It's 8:16 or 8:17 right now. I'm supposed to be coding at around 8, but I had to work out one a little too hard and just needed a little bit of a breather afterwards. So, but here I am. So rather than, sorry, I was supposed to get started at 7, but now it's 8 to 8:15, but whatever. I've been training DeepQ all day while I was at work, so I am hoping that it's pretty good right now. I think it's played, what is this? This is over 5, 6, 700,000 games that it's played. If this doesn't work, I will have to figure something else out. I still don't think I've actually implemented the, actually I remember now. I still haven't implemented the second neural network. So I'm gonna implement that, probably train it for about an hour while I edit today's vlog, and then come back to it afterwards. But right now I am a little curious just to see, okay, you know, it's played well over 300,000, sorry, well over about 700,000 games right now. How does it fare? How does it do compared to naive AI? So let's take a look. Crap, I closed it before saving. No, I just lost all of it. How the hell did that happen? Oh man. Okay, well, I guess like, what the hell? And I'm still so pissed that I closed my game without saving the neural network. How the hell does that even happen? Now I just lost all that training and I have to do that all over again tomorrow. So what I'm gonna do right now is, to prevent that, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna build in an autosave feature. And yeah, so I'm gonna build in an autosave feature so it'll automatically save both neural networks. The first one for X and the second one for O, and I'll go off of that. Still so mad, man. Still so mad. Okay, so what I'm doing now is, after I have the DeepQ network, or the DQ1 update itself, by learning and then also changing up the, does it change the target here? No, I don't think it changed the target here. Okay, it doesn't matter. Essentially, after I have the DQ1 update itself and kind of learn from experience, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm just going to save the neural network that we currently have in a file, and hopefully that should preserve the weights going into future games, and that means that my AI should learn. So let's test it out. Okay, so really quickly, what I've done, in the interest of time, because it's already 8:40 and I still have to edit my vlog, what I've done is I just created a quick save feature. Basically what it does is it takes a look. If it's player X, then it'll save in the local neural network variable that we have at the top of the script. If it's player 2, it'll save into the and then 2 variable, and we also have a down here the target neural network for the DQN also gets updated. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to call this rather than calling it every single time either a game's over, every single time the model gets updated. So let me just make sure that I don't have that there. Actually, hold on. Let me just grab that from there. Just bring it down here, and I'll just make sure that I'll just leave it there for now. I'll come back and I'll fix it later. So I'd say like 10,000 training instances. So every 10,000 times, every time the model gets updated, or sorry, every 10,000th time that the model gets updated, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to save the weights for both player 1 and player 2. And I think that is a much more reasonable way of going about this. So let me fix up, let me just double check my code, just make sure that this makes sense and this should be here, and then I'll run it, and you'll probably see a bunch of bugs, but hey, okie dokie, looks good to me. Let's run it and see what breaks. I am so excited. Of course, attempt to call method save DQN a null value. You shouldn't be null. Wait, hold up, why are you calling it so early? Huh? Okay, so I think it's because of this line right here. It seems for some reason I had commented out that line. Don't know why, but we'll see what happens. Second time, and everything seems to be running. We're at training instance. Okay, you know what? I can't wait for 10,000. This is ridiculous. Let's do every 100 just for testing, just to make sure everything works, and then if it works, then actually every 10. And then if it works, then what we'll do is I will change it back to 10,000, let it train in the background, and then start editing the video. If it doesn't work, I'm just gonna call it quits and edit the video. Of course, okay. Why is it having trouble calling this? Huh, let me see what's going on. Oh my god, you wanna know why it's having trouble? Because I never freaking called. I'm still running off of the old DeepQ. Oh, I'm really terrible with my camera work. I'm still running off the old DeepQ object that I created rather than DeepQ 2. So it's kind of my fault for naming it as I did. But okay, so DeepQ 2. And that should hopefully fix things. So let's see what it does. Man, my headphones are so annoying. They just quit halfway on me again. And oh my god, something else went wrong. I figured out what the issue is. It's just this line right here. Lua is quite annoying. So rather than using plus sign to concatenate string, you have to use 2 dots. So I'm gonna have to fix that up real quick, and then I'll test again. Okay, now that's all fixed up. Let's try this again. Let's see what happens. What breaks? What goes wrong? Oh my god. What the hell? 590. Okay, try number... I don't know what number we're at. Oh my god, you're kidding me. Oh. Man, I should just end this Should I just give up on this project? I don't want to do this anymore, man. This is... What the... Honestly, man, it's just way too late for me to be coding right now. Like, my brain's just not working. Just making silly mistakes everywhere. But that should hopefully fix. Should be the last of things I need to fix. Woohoo! It's working. Okay. Well, I got excited I got way too excited way too quickly. But it looks like it's working. Yeah, so this would be the one file, and then this would be the other file. And so... yeah, I think it does look like it's saving. So, I mean, essentially, if all is going well, then this means that these are two different neural networks going up against each other, which should be a lot better than what I had before, which was one neural network kind of just playing on its own. So I'll let this train for a bit. In the meantime, I will be going through and I will be... oh, why is epsilon changing? No, let me... In the meantime, I'll be going through and I'll just be editing today's vlog, and I'll come back to this and I'll show you the results after I edit the vlog and after this is done training. Okay, crap, just a quick update, something I just realized. I actually need to stop this for a little bit. The reason why I need to stop it is because so right here what you see is after a player makes a move, all I'm doing is I'm just updating player one's model, and over here all I'm doing is updating player one's model as well. So this is updating it if player one wins versus if player one loses, and this is updating it if player one's made a move but the game hasn't finished yet. So what I need to do is I just need to go ahead and I need to add player two, or I need to update player two's neural network as well, and then restart everything all over again. Okay, now firing it back up and retraining. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so just finishing up the episode, or sorry, the vlog that will be going out later today. And in the meantime, this has been going hard, and this has been training. I think right now it is on. You can see that this is like 200,000 epoch, 200,000 training instances that it has gone through. And so while it's been going, oh, did I just click something? I think I clicked something. While it's been doing that, these two files have been updating while that's been going on. So what I'll do right now is, because I think 170, should I just let it finish? Let me just wait for it to get to 170, and then I don't have patience for that. So let me just go ahead and let me just close this. And then what I'll do is I will go ahead and I'll make it go up against naive AI, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so we're good to go. So we'll be running versus state. And so the versus state is essentially just pitting DQ2 versus naive AI. And now let's see what happens. Ugh. What the actual hell? Did it just like not learn anything at all? Oh, okay, I can't be bothered, man. I'm just gonna go to bed. This is pissing me off. Wait, hold up. I think I made a mistake in my load line. So let me try that once again, and we'll see what happens. So, oh my God, what the actual hell? Okay, so first of all, I'm calling it quits. It's 11, almost 12. This is absolutely insane. But I think there might be an issue with the way I load the neural network. And so that's going to be what I just poke around with, just experiment with, and see what's going on here and whether this is working correctly. So I'm going to be doing that tomorrow morning. And tomorrow I think will be, because I have to put an end to this project soon. Tomorrow I will, okay, maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after, but either tomorrow or the day after, I will have to close this and just leave it as is, and then hopefully revisit it some other time, some other day, move on to the other AI that I want to, or the other AI algorithm I want to implement. So we'll see what happens tomorrow.